Science-upheld approaches to shed pounds. 1. Attempting irregular fasting. A few research-upheld techniques can help weight reduction, one of which is discontinuous fasting, if. Discontinuous fasting, if, is an example of eating that includes ordinary momentary fasts and expending dinners inside a shorter time span during the day. A few examinations have demonstrated that transient irregular fasting, which is as long as 24 weeks in length, prompts weight reduction in overweight people. The most well-known discontinuous fasting techniques incorporate the accompanying substitute day fasting (ADF), fast every other day and eat ordinarily on non-fasting days. The adjusted form includes eating only 25 to 30% of the body's vitality needs on fasting days. The 5-2 diet, fast on 2 out of like clockwork. On fasting days eat 500 to 600 calories. The 16/8 technique, fast for 16 hours and eat just during an 8-hour window. For a great many people, the 8-hour window would associate with early afternoon to 8 p.m. An examination on this technique found that eating during a limited period brought about the members devouring less calories and getting in shape. It is ideal to embrace a smart dieting design on non-fasting days and to maintain a strategic distance from overeating. 2. Following your eating routine and exercise. On the off chance that somebody needs to get more fit, they ought to know about everything that they eat and drink every day. The best method to do this is to log each thing that they devour, in either a diary or an online nourishment tracker. Analysts assessed in 2017 that there would be 3.7 billion well-being application downloads before the year's over. Of these, applications for diet, physical action, and weight reduction were among the most well-known. This isn't without reason, as following physical movement and weight reduction progress in a hurry can be a viable method for overseeing weight. One examination found that reliable following of physical action assisted with weight reduction. In the meantime, an audit study found a positive relationship between weight reduction and the recurrence of checking nourishment admission and exercise. Indeed, even a gadget as basic as a pedometer can be a valuable weight reduction apparatus. 3. Eating carefully. Careful eating is where individuals focus on how and where they eat nourishment. This training can empower individuals to appreciate the nourishment they eat and keep up a solid weight. As the vast majority have occupied existences, they regularly will in general eat rapidly on the run, in the vehicle, working at their work areas, and sitting in front of the TV. Subsequently, numerous individuals are scarcely mindful of the nourishment they are eating. Procedures for careful eating include plunking down to eat, ideally at a table, pay consideration regarding the nourishment and appreciate the experience. Maintaining a strategic distance from interruptions while eating, do not turn on the TV, or a PC or telephone. Eating gradually, take time to bite and appreciate the nourishment. This procedure assists with weight reduction, as it gives an individual's mind sufficient opportunity to perceive the signs that they are full, which can assist with forestalling overeating. Settling on thought about nourishment decisions, choose nourishments that are loaded with supporting supplements and those that will fulfill for a considerable length of time as opposed to minutes. 4. Having protein for breakfast. Protein can manage hunger hormones to assist individuals with feeling full. This is for the most part because of an abatement in the yearning hormone ghrelin and an ascent in the satiety hormones peptide YY, GLP-1, and cholecystokinin. Research on youthful grown-ups has likewise shown that the hormonal impacts of having a high-protein breakfast can keep going for a few hours. Great decisions for a high-protein breakfast incorporate eggs, oats, nut and seed margarines, quinoa porridge, sardines, and chia seed pudding. 5. Curtailing sugar and refined starches. It can assist with swapping high-sugar snacks for foods grown from the ground. The Western eating regimen is progressively high in included sugars, and this has clear connects to stoutness, in any event, when the sugar happens in refreshments instead of nourishment. Refined sugars are vigorously handled nourishments that never again contain fiber and different supplements. These incorporate white rice, bread, and pasta. These nourishments rush to process, and they convert to glucose quickly. Overabundance glucose enters the blood and incites the hormone insulin, which advances fat stockpiling in the fat tissue. This adds to weight gain. Where potential, individuals should swap handled and sugary nourishments for progressively energizing alternatives. Great nourishment swaps include entire grain rice, bread, and pasta rather than the white variants. Organic product, nuts, and seeds rather than high-sugar snacks. Herb teas and organic product mixed water rather than high-sugar soft drinks. Smoothies with water or milk rather than natural product juice. 6. Eating a lot of fiber. Dietary fiber depicts plant-based starches that it is absurd to expect to process in the small digestive system, in contrast to sugar and starch. Remembering a lot of fiber for the eating regimen can expand the sentiment of totality, conceivably prompting weight reduction. Fiber-rich nourishments include entire grain breakfast oats, entire wheat pasta, entire grain bread, oats, grain, and rye. Foods grown from the ground. Peas, beans, and heartbeats. Nuts and seeds. 7. Adjusting gut microorganisms. One developing territory of research is concentrating on the job of microorganisms in the gut on weight the executives. The human gut has a huge number and assortment of microorganisms, including around 37 trillion microscopic organisms. Each individual has various assortments and measures of microscopic organisms in their gut. A few sorts can expand the measure of vitality that the individual harvests from nourishment, prompting fat affidavit and weight gain. A few nourishments can build the quantity of good microscopic organisms in the gut, including a wide assortment of plants, increasing the quantity of natural products, vegetables, and grains in the eating regimen will bring about an expanded fiber take-up and a progressively various arrangement of gut microscopic organisms. Individuals should attempt to guarantee that vegetables and other plant-based nourishments include 75% of their dinner. Aged nourishments, these improve the capacity of good microorganisms while restraining the development of terrible microbes. Sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt, tempeh, and miso all contain great measures of probiotics, which help to build great microbes. Analysts have examined kimchi broadly, and study results propose that it has hostile to heftiness impacts. So also, contemplates have indicated that kefir may assist with advancing weight reduction in overweight ladies. Prebiotic nourishments, these invigorate the development and action of a portion of the great microorganisms that guide weight control. Prebiotic fiber happens in numerous foods grown from the ground, particularly chicory root, artichoke, onion, garlic, asparagus, leeks, banana, and avocado. It is likewise in grains, for example, oats and grain. 8. Getting a decent night's rest. Various investigations have indicated that getting under 5 to 6 hours of rest for every night is related with expanded rate of weight. There are a few purposes for this. Research proposes that deficient or low-quality rest hinders the procedure where the body changes over calories to vitality, called digestion. At the point when digestion is less compelling, the body may store unused vitality as fat. Furthermore, poor rest can build the creation of insulin and cortisol, which likewise brief fat stockpiling. To what extent somebody rests additionally influences the guideline of the craving controlling hormones leptin and ghrelin. Leptin imparts signs of totality to the cerebrum. 9. Dealing with your feelings of anxiety. Open-air exercises can help with pressure the executives. Stress triggers the arrival of hormones, for example, adrenaline and cortisol, which at first abatement the craving as a major aspect of the body's battle or flight reaction. Be that as it may, when individuals are under consistent pressure, cortisol can stay in the circulation system for more, which will expand their craving and possibly lead to them eating more. Cortisol flags the need to renew the body's healthful stores from the favored wellspring of fuel, which is sugar. Insulin at that point ships the sugar from starches from the blood to the muscles and mind. On the off chance that the individual doesn't utilize this sugar in battle or flight, the body will store it as fat. Specialists found that actualizing a 8-week stress the executive's intercession program brought about critical decrease in the wait list (BMI) of overweight and stout kids and young people. A few strategies for overseeing pressure include yoga, reflection, or judo, breathing and unwinding procedures, investing some energy outside, for instance strolling or planting, takeaway, It is essential to recollect that there are no convenient solutions with regards to weight reduction. The most ideal approach to reach and keep up a solid weight is to eat a nutritious, adjusted eating regimen. This ought to incorporate 10 segments of foods grown from the ground, great quality protein, and entire grains. It is likewise helpful to practice for at any rate 30 minutes consistently.